Next up, Chris Cyborg, the greatest featherweight of all time, against the bantamweight champion of the world, Amanda Nunes, who has not seen a loss since Kat Zingano 2014. She's had some close fights in between, but no, I guess really the only close fight is Valentina Shevchenko, and she's beaten everyone pretty soundly since Kat. So my bad on that. And Chris Cyborg, who beats everybody. Yana Kutsiana, who I'm not really sure who she was. I think she was fighting for a Twitter check mark last time. Holly Holm, Tanya Evinger, Lena Landsberg, Leslie Smith. Most of these girls are 135 pounders, and then Amanda Nunes, also a 135 pounder, but I think she's a pretty big girl, and cuts a lot of weight to get there. How can I pick against the champ? How can I pick against the champ on this deal? I think Chris Cyborg wins. I think it may go a few rounds, but these girls, no one's going to try to take anyone down. They're going to slug it out. They're going to duke it out. It's probably going to be a KO. And if Amanda catches her, I mean, this is how the game goes. Now, the next fight of the night. The cause for the relocation here. Jon Jones against Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson. So, this is tough. Did Jon test hot? Is he using anything?
You're on steroids.
We'll see. I don't know. But let's take a look at the last few fights of both guys. First of all, Double J, Jon Jones. No contest against Daniel Cormier, but in the end, it was a round 3 head kick KO. Wins an ugly fight against OSP. This was his last layoff. When he looked rusty, he didn't look in the best shape. And I don't want to say that he didn't train for this fight, but you're not in there for a while. Some guys react differently. Before that, unanimous decision against DC, Daniel Cormier. Beats Glover decision, beats Gustafsson decision, and that was a close fight. I think Jon edged it out. Destroys Chael, almost loses a toe, round 1. Beats Vitor, who's short notice and undersized. Beats Rashad. All right. Jon Jones, he would be the greatest if it wasn't for his screw-ups. We'll see what happens here. And then you got Gus, the Mauler here. He beats Glover. He looked really good in that fight. Glover's a big dude, and I picked Glover to win that fight based on what he did to Patrick Cummins. He looked huge against Patrick, not so big against Alexander Gustafsson, and, just outdid him. And I think there were some eye pokes involved, but the volume that he put on Glover was very impressive. Before that, he beats Jan Blachowicz, loses to DC, loses to Anthony Johnson by, I think he got launched by a knockout. But he beats Jimmy Manuel, and of course he lost the decision to Jon Jones way back when. Whoo! This is the thing. Everyone's picking Jon Jones because he's the greatest. I don't normally pick against a champion who really hasn't lost. I mean, you can say what, a no contest against DC, the 12-6 elbow thing with Matt Hamill, but I think if he comes back rusty or slower or not as impressive like he did with OSP, I think if he was fighting Gustafsson that night, Gustafsson would have finished him. Gustafsson would at least gotten the decision. And I think this could be a lot of the same. I think he was really careful about what he put in his body this time. I don't even think there was probably any supplements. He's afraid. Well, he, according to the news, he's afraid to put anything in his body. Yeah, I'm going with the upset here, man. Like I always say, please don't bet on my picks, but I'm going to go with the upset. I say Gustafsson wins this, probably by decision. I mean, it's hard to say a guy's going to get finished if he's never been finished, so we'll see. Yeah, that's it. Those are my picks for UFC 232. Thanks, Craig, for playing along. I'd love to have you as a guest sometime if you're still listening. And wonderful. I hope I have a guest on next week. This week's didn't work out, but it is what it is. And until next time, shalom.